Alright guys, welcome back to my video, or no, to my channel. See, I'm messing up already, but it's okay. I'm staying consistent, alright? It's 2025, we are staying consistent, and we are cranking out the content, okay? So today's video is going to be a special one. It's something I get asked all the time, and it's what to expect when you're expecting twins. So I get asked these questions all the time, and it's also a mix of things that I just think people should just know. All right, so I have a list on my computer. So if I'm looking down, that's why I'm reading off my list. So today's video is going to be about what to expect when you're expecting twins. I have twins. I've had twins for 6 years now, going on 7, which is crazy to me. Like, when I think about it, it's crazy. Like, how did I, of all people, get twins? My first point, absolutely no sleep. You will be sleep deprived. I was angry. Sleep deprivation is, I believe, a strategy of war. So do with that what you will. Yeah, you don't get any sleep. You are really tired, but you still have to take care of 2. So yeah, you get no sleep. Next, if you have access to help, take full advantage. Utilize your village. You cannot do it all on your own. As someone who prefers to just take matters into my own hands and do everything on her own, this was such a learning curve for me. I really had to break out of this because, especially with these being my first, like, you have to utilize your village if you have a village. I still have a very small village, and I am very appreciative with any inkling of help that they can offer, because it is very hard. It's still hard, but it was very hard when they're newborns. So if you have help, please utilize it. Obviously from trusted people, but oof, like, it really takes a village. That is not just a cliche, that's a very real thing. So next, you will have no time to yourself. I still don't have time to myself. I am able to do things like this in small windows, okay? 2 will pull you left and right. Like, even this video is going to be heavily edited because I have to keep stopping and starting over because I have to keep tending to my children, which is fine. I signed up for this, but ooh, you will have no time to yourself, especially in the beginning. You have no time to yourself. I was just a machine, around the clock machine. Oof. Which goes to my next point. Your schedule will be off. Routines are hard. Do not let people guilt you into thinking that you have to have this perfect routine. It's not possible for everyone, okay? And I just really get so annoyed because it's like those, like, mom not even the influencers, those mom just people with unsolicited advice about everything. Like, they think they know everything, so they gotta interject when they want, and they tell you, oh my gosh, like, your kid wasn't up by this time and asleep by this time and feeding at this time. No, they weren't. They went to sleep when they could. I went to sleep when I could. And then, you know, I'm feeding around the clock. Things are not going to be perfect. Things are not going to be perfect. I was trying the best I could. You're probably trying the best you can, and we're still trying the best we can. So it's just so annoying when people just feel like they have to give you unsolicited advice, and then what you're doing is just not good enough, and it's like, oh my God, leave me alone before I scream. So yeah, no, schedules and routines are really hard, but they do help. I'm not gonna, like, completely poop on them because they do help. You know, you do want your kid to get into, like, a good routine as they get older. It's going to be super helpful, like when they start school and things like that. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like, just keep doing the best you can, you know, making sure they get enough sleep, making sure you get enough sleep, making sure they eat, making sure you eat. Woo, I'm getting triggered. Look, my kids are 6 years old. I'm triggered by this right now because it was just so hard. That also goes into my next point, tandem feeding. So it depends on how you're going to do it, but I breastfed, and I breastfed for 2 years straight. I am very proud of that. I know everyone's situation is different, but I am very proud that I was able to push through and breastfeed 2 babies at the same time for 2 years. So yes. But the tandem feeding was crazy. Like, you just pop one here and then you pop one there, and then usually, like, I'm on the couch, so I'll just like lay back, and that's just how it went for me. The tandem feeding, it's interesting. I will say I didn't have clogged ducts as much because I did have 2 to support, and then I was also at home. I was given the grace of being able to stay home with my daughters for the first couple years of their life, which I know is another huge blessing, trust me. But tandem feeding was not easy, but it was helpful because, like I said, I didn't get clogged up as much. Only time I ever got like clogged was when I wasn't with them, and that was like a whole thing, especially like the weaning from tandem feeding. Oh my god. That was really hard. But we made it. Okay, so another point of what to expect when expecting twins, just having to split that time between 2 and feeling like if you're giving one more attention than the other, having to split time between both of your kids is still a struggle for me to this day. You want them to have their own identities and understand that they are their own outside of just being a twin, but also knowing that being a twin is important. Like, having your sibling is something that they should be fully aware of. Like, you're my sibling, we're close, but we're also 2 different people. So yeah, it's tough though, because, like, you know, I used to be really envious of mothers of one, like really bad. Like, oh my god, I used to be so jealous of moms who just had 1 kid. Well, as much as I loved having twins and the double love and carrying them both and, you know, all the things, I would get so envious when I would see just one, like a parent of a singleton or whatever they call it, and it's like you can just pour into this one person and not feel like you're over extending yourself and spreading yourself out in 2 different directions. And that was really hard for me. That was a big adjustment, because as someone who kind of grew up not really wanting kids and being an only child, I was like, oh, like, I feel like when I get older, I just want to have like 1 kid and we'll be best friends. Now I have 2 little best friends, but in the beginning it was really hard. I just felt like I couldn't give them all. Like, I couldn't pour as much as I wanted to in them. And that's probably why they're low-key more independent now, because they understand that, like, sometimes I need to step away and I'll need to just play together for me to get my brain to function again. I used to want just like the opportunity to just like pour into 1 kid and hang out with 1 kid without having to be like, oh, I gotta take them both out. But it's okay to spend time with them individually, but it was just really hard. I don't even know how to really word it. If you're a twin mom, then you know, but if you're expecting, I think you'll just see what I'm talking about. It's not like a bad thing. It's like a learning curve, I guess. Especially someone who didn't have kids either. Like, some people, they have 1 kid and they have 2 and they know, like, they might see. Everybody's different. But for me, it was hard because I wanted to spend time with them individually, but with them being babies, like, you can't really do that. kind of have to just be with them. But you know, it all works out. My next point, double everything. Double everything is like, oh my god, double everything. Double everything. So when I say double everything, I don't mean just like clothes or like toys or anything like that, but like double necessities. So I needed lots of diapers, lots of wipes, lots of toiletries, or you know, bathing stuff like soaps and shampoos. Like I needed double all of that, and I still do. So it's like, yeah, you just got to make sure you have all that stuff on hand. It's good to tell your friends and family that, or whoever wants to get you things for like your baby shower, or if they just ask you if you need anything, just like double the necessities, because girl, it's expensive out here. It's gonna add up and it's gonna be way too much. So double the snacks. Now it's double the snacks. These girls want to eat every hour. So yeah, double everything. Just be ready to spend a lot. All right, so I think I'm just gonna go rogue here and do the pros, because I feel like it's more natural for me to say the good things than the bad things or the cons, because I had to actually write those down so I can remember. But there is a lot of beautiful things in being a twin mom, so like I hope these cons don't scare you. For starters, double the love, obviously. It's such an incredible honor to be a twin mom. Like, to have carried two people inside of you, like that's insane. Like that's so cool. I'll never like not think highly of myself just off that alone. So pat yourself on the back, because hey, I get told that people want twins all the time and it's so weird, but I guess I get it. But yeah, it's double the love. That's amazing. Number two, the pros. Your kids have built-in best friends for life. I think that's really cool. So I grew up around a lot of twins, not necessarily in my family, but like at school and just around. I don't know why I always had like twins in my class, like in my elementary class, my middle school class. Like it was always twins around me. Even as an adult, I've made friends with twins. So it's funny to like now be a twin mom. Like I feel like that was like a subtle foreshadowing, but yeah, like I think it's just so cool to see like that they have a built-in best friend. And my girls luckily are best friends. They're super locked in, and it's just great because there's pros within that as well. You know, earlier I spoke about how being a twin mom, I was like envious of singleton moms, because it just looked so much easier and you can just pour into one kid, etc. But honestly, there's cons to that too. Like I know I know people who have like one kid and that kid is just like super attached to them, and it's harder for them to socialize because they're so used to just like being up under their parent. And for me, my girls are like social butterflies because they socialized early with each other. They taught each other how to learn. They poured into each other at an early age. Like when one was talking before the other, the one that was talking would like help the other one out, and vice versa with the other nuances. So I think that's pretty cool. I never used to say this, but a lot of people say, oh, you had two at once, you're done. And I used to be like, that's so silly, because like, but yeah, I guess I am done. I don't want any more kids. I love my girls. I want to just grow up with them. Just us being just all girls is fun. People are like, oh, do you want to try for a boy? No, I don't want to try for anything. I'm good. Like, being a twin mom is such a unique experience that people don't understand. Like, I don't know, like some people, they probably want like a village of kids. I really think I'm good here. Like, yeah, maybe I am really lucky that I had two at once, because I don't want any more. I'm good. I've had a really full experience raising these girls, and hey, I think I'm good. I think I've seen what it's like to be a mom to the fullest extent. Like in these short 6 years, I'm good. I feel like I've seen it all. You know, it's still more to come, but it's just I'm good. But yeah, I mean, there's so many pros. Like, I feel like my pro list, this video will be like 30 minutes long, but I think those are a good, like, good few. But yes, so that was my what to expect when expecting twins. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything I missed, leave it in the comments below. If I should do a part 2, because I feel like more things will come to my head if I like really think about it. Being a twin mom is such a loaded experience, and for those who don't know, I'm Tyra. I'm a mom, I'm a creative, I'm a photographer, DJ. I do a lot of things, but yes, mom first for sure. I'm gonna try to do more videos like this so that there's more understanding and more relatability, more community building happening. So yes, so thank you guys for watching this video. I will catch you in the next one. Yeah, peace.